Welcome to Monkey and Frank. My name is Do and my body is Dom. And I had a dream yesterday that made me believe a little bit more in woo woo shit, which is my aunt who passed away about 10 years ago never came in my dream. But since I've been looking at death more and more, and my fear has been going away, and now I'm actually excited one day to die and to go, back to source. Well, the dream is I was working in construction, and then my boss says, "Hey, you have a phone call. You need to take that." And as I take the phone call, the woman on the other line, she's like, "Hey, I left documents at your place," and she gives me an address. I'm like, "I don't live there," and I knew that those documents were important. And I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, I don't live there." And in the confusion, I see my aunt coming into the room, and but she's not alone. There's two of them. There's a smaller version of her with like glasses, about 50 years old, very beautiful but wise. And then behind her, there's her but taller, blonde hair, very beautiful. I'm guessing like younger. And I'm like, "Hey, like you're dead." And then I'm like, "Am I dead?" Like as if maybe something had happened and I didn't realize, and now all of a sudden she was coming to get me. So I start crying, but right away I stop myself. I'm like, "Why am I sad? This is amazing." Like, because there was a thought like, "Oh no, I'm not going to be able to see my daughter and my son and my wife again." But then I'm like, "No, I'm going back to source. I'm going to be able to be with them 100%, right?" And so I get excited and I wake up and I'm like, "Why did I see two of her? That's crazy." And I send a message to my mom. I'm like, "Hey, mom, like, when was she born?" And she's like, "June 9th." And I look it up and I'm like, "Gemini, as if, as if, because in this world she was bipolar all of her life." And when I saw her in my dream, like, I mean, I was, I wasn't that close to her, but like I was close to her spiritually. I felt like she was always the cool aunt. But the fact that I saw two of her blew my freaking mind. And then after that, when I talked to my mom, and she told me June 9th, and I look it up because I don't know what astrological and do I believe in astrological sign? Well, I do now. I what? So I'm going deeper and deeper in this insanity woo woo shit, which is freaking awesome. Why not, man? Like, why not? So thank you, Aunt Meadow, for coming in my dream to show me that one, my fear of death is actually dissipating because that was in my dream, right? That's my core self. And two, thank you for coming and visiting me. Like you're showing me that when I die, maybe you're the one that's gonna come and help me, uh, you know, to go through the tunnel and go see Source, God, whatever you want to call it, Allah. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel so blessed, and I love you guys. Monkey and Frank for life. Woo!